alright. I'll be your secret at night, as long as you keep it. You're dancing on my body. In this room, you love me. Nice and slow, you got me. Legs in the air, no stopping. And when we're done, get your clothes, you gotta run. And she figures out me and you already done. I'm your SECRET. Text me, then delete everything. I'm your SECRET. Text me, then delete everything. You and me, babe, gotta keep it on the low. And she figures out you're gonna be enough, so don't kiss and tell when I put it on you. Fucking all night, baby, that's what we do. I'll be your secret at night, as long as you keep it alright. Oh, I'll be your secret at night, as long as you keep it. Don't be up when your body eats my love. I'll be on my way, can't get enough. Hey, I'm on the way. Yeah, I'll pull around back. You already know. Your secret's safe for me. I'm your SECRET. Text me, then delete everything. I'm your SECRET. Text me, then delete everything. You and me, babe, gotta keep it on the low. If she figures out you're gonna be enough, so don't kiss and tell when I put it on you.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Adrian. How are you?
Good.
As long as you keep it on, I'll be your secret at night. As long as you keep it. You wanna party, baby? 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 Grab your dancing shoes. You know what to do. Going out. What we're about. I want you get nervous. Ain't never heard this. I give this a chance to make me sweat. Oh, I wanna party, babe, like it's 1980. I wanna party, babe, like it's 1980. I wanna party, babe, like it's 1980. Just grab your shoes, you know what to do. Oh. I wanna party, babe. Wanna party, babe. I wanna party, babe. I wanna party, babe, like it's 1980. I wanna party, babe. Wanna party, babe. Wanna party, babe.
Such an old song. It's been a long time since I've heard it too.
I see you got your dancing shoes, so let's get on the move now. To show what we're about.
Hey Lex, welcome in.
Get nervous, you ain't never heard.
What up?
Hey Mom, welcome in.
I wanna party, babe, like it's 1980. I wanna party, babe, like it's 1980. I wanna party, babe, like it's 1980. Just grab your shoes, you know what to do. I wanna party, babe, party, babe. I wanna party, babe, party, babe. I wanna party, babe, like it's 1980. I wanna party, babe, party, babe. I wanna party, babe, party, babe. I wanna party, babe, like it's 1980. I wanna party, babe,
Party, babe, party, babe.
I wanna party, babe.
Like it's 1980.
Be right.
Let me like you now. Let me right. Let you
Let me write you. I know the thought excites you. I need your body, I want your body. Whatever you want is yours, boo. I'm on top, baby, I won't stop. Keep rocking till I make you drop. Up and down, then side to side. I wanna take you on this ride. Me, up and down. I said, let me ride your roller coaster all around. Let me ride. I know just what you like. Let me get you right. Yeah, this could keep time. Ain't no rookie like. I could hang out all night. Ain't no end in sight. Guess what you want, alright? I know that I just want you, and I know that I just need you. I'll put it down, I won't please you. I only aim to please you. Don't let me come between you. No, I can climb your tree. Just let me ride your sleeve. We'll be the one that's into you. Me, roll, up and down. I said, let me ride your roller coaster down. All around, up and down.
let me ride. Let me ride.
It's vibes and ride. 864 in the building.
Y'all already know 864 in the building. Hey, out here.
Hey, yeah, what's up? What's happening, everybody? Welcome to another exciting edition of the Indie Spotlight right here on Lyrical Lux and Film Podcast, where we bring the hottest independent artists from around the world. I'm your host, AD, and tonight we're featuring an artist whose journey is built on resilience, passion, and authentic R&B storyteller. Our guest is a contemporary R&B singer-songwriter whose music blends smooth vocals, heartfelt lyrics, and the timeless influence of 90s R&B from Greenville, South Carolina. She's overcome life obstacles while inspiring listeners everywhere. I want y'all to help me welcome the incredible, talented Iesha Vibez.
Hi, everyone.
So
How's
how
it
you
going?
doing today?
Hey, Adrian. I'm doing so good. I'm so excited to be on your show tonight. I hope you're doing good.
Are you muted?
Oh, let me see. I don't think so.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? It doesn't have me muted, though.
Yes, hello.
Lex, can
Can
you
you hear
hear
me
me?
now?
Yeah, I can hear you, and can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Hey,
can.
can you hear me, Lex? Oh, no. Want me to go out and come back in?
I can hear you on my end if anybody can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you, Lex. I'm not sure why you can't hear me, though. The audience can hear me, though.
Yeah, I can't hear you.
Adrian, I can leave out and come back in. Hold on, let me see if I can leave a comment. I say, I can leave out and come back in. The audience said that they can hear me, though. Let's see. Hey, Lex, let him know I left a comment in the chat. If he can hear me, I don't know if he can hear you too.
I can hear you.
I cannot hear you.
Hold on, I'm gonna just exit out and come
She
back
said
in.
that she can leave the chat and come back in if that would make it better.
I can't
Okay,
hear you.
can you hear me now? No? Okay, I'm gonna leave out and come back in.
She said she's gonna leave out and come back in.
Oh no. Lord. I'm gonna just, okay. Well, I don't, well, I'll give him a second and see if he fixes it. And if not, I'll just leave out and come back in. Because I can hear you, but
Check one.
not sure. Can you hear me?
Okay, hold on for 1 minute.
Oh no. Well, I guess he's leaving out and coming back in. That's cool. Can you still hear me though, Lex, even though he's not on here? Oh no. I wonder if that disconnected the whole live. Okay, well, we'll see. I need a fan. I might go in the other room. For those of y'all who can hear me, I hope y'all are doing so good tonight. Thank y'all for joining in with me tonight. I truly appreciate you guys. Y'all could be anywhere else or doing anything right now, but y'all are choosing to be here with me. And I more than appreciate you guys. So thank you so much for joining in. This room I'm in is so hot, you guys. So I am considering migrating because it is very hot. Or just going to grab a fan. Yes, I'm going to go grab a fan, y'all, because it is super duperly hot. Well, I don't want to leave the podcast unless he's coming back, but this might be my little moment to go grab a fan. So that's what I'm going to do, y'all. It is very hot, very, very hot.
All right, now we good.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you perfect. I don't
Beautiful.
know what sometimes be going on with the laptop. Sometimes it works. Sometimes I can hear people. Sometimes I don't.
Okay, yeah, no worries, no worries. But I was just saying, it's nice to meet you, Adrian. Thank you so much for having me tonight. I'm super excited to be in here with you tonight.
Same here. I'm excited for what you're doing. I see that you're doing a lot of big things out there. What you're doing. So pretty much we're just gonna, talk about, what you're doing, what you got going on, and just let people get to know who you are out here.
Hey, that sounds like a plan.
So I see you out here. You have a newborn. So congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. She just turned 1. Her birthday was literally about like a week and a, well, almost 2 weeks ago now. It was on the 20th of July. So she's becoming a big girl, but she's doing good. We had a battle, me and her too, but I'll definitely talk about that in a little bit. We'll hop into that little journey as well. But
Okay.
been
So
through some things now, Adrian. Been through some things.
yeah. I have a 15-year-old, so I understand. It gets better. So I guess I'll start off
I hope
with
so.
how do you balance being a musician and having a newborn at the same time?
Well, interesting enough, I have a newborn and a toddler. My son, he's 3. So it's an interesting journey. But I mean, honestly, music has always been my passion. So, and being a mom is my everything. So it's, I just have to make it happen. It's just, I of course I always dedicate time with my kiddos. I even bring them in the studio with me. My son, he's actually on one of my tracks. And one of my songs that I've made in the past, which I probably will drop very soon.
Okay.
It's called Love, and my baby girl, she's actually laughing at the end of the song, and I thought it was so cute. I actually kept it on the track. So realistically, I want them to kind of grow up in that environment. I want them to see what their mommy does. My son, he already knows all the lyrics to my songs and he sings them every time I play them. And it makes me so excited to see that, you know, that's pretty much what I do. I take that time just to get them involved in what I do. One of my plans is I want them to come to one of my live shows. So hopefully once I get booked on one of these festivals soon, they can come to see me perform as well. So I'm just really keeping them involved in what I've got going on is really how I kind of balance that. Being a mom's a 24-hour job, but my music is as well. So, just putting it 100% on each end is how I make it work, truthfully.
Nice. I like to hear that. So let's talk about you growing up in Greensville and what life was like as a child.
Yes. So growing up in Greenville, oh my gosh, interesting. So I really grew up in a little city called Taylor's out here. You can kind of tell I got a little country twang to my voice a little bit.
Yeah.
It literally, it's kind of back then, back when I was born in 95, like Taylor's in Greenville was a lot smaller than it is now. Wade Hampton, which is one of like the roads that, I travel every day. It used to be a 2-lane road back then. So it was really small back in Taylor's back then. So it was really kind of considered the country. So pretty much for me, just I went to a school where I can honestly say I was the only Black girl in my class, literally all the way through elementary school. So until I moved. So, I mean, I can honestly say growing up in Taylor's is like one of those, like, I love it though. Don't get me wrong. I love Taylor's. It's where my parents live, is where I grew up. It's always going to be home. Greenville is always going to be home for me. I love my people out here. They're my people. Everybody knows everyone. I mean, South Carolina in general. I mean, it's one of the most friendliest states, to be honest. Like, I mean, you could literally be coming down the road or go into your car. Somebody's going to wave at you, say hey to you or anything. So, I mean, that's really how it is down here, truthfully. It's crazy because when I went to go visit up north, up north, they don't really do that much. So I remember I went up to DC. And like, I'm just the type where I'm just really outgoing and I'm like, hey, how you doing? And they're just looking at me like, why are you talking to me right now? I'm just like, oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
don't do that up here. But yeah. So just growing up here in general, I mean, it really just the Southern hospitality, truthfully. That's what it is, the Southern hospitality. And I mean, I love it here. It's home, and I used to live in Tampa for a little bit too. I actually moved back to Greenville probably about 5 years ago now. I lived in Tampa for a few years too. And honestly, kind of the same vibe. Everyone still kind of got that Southern hospitality, but with that like Florida vibe. So, I mean, I've been a Southern girl all my life, really. So.
All right. So let's talk about something like what got you into music?
Okay, well, that's a really good question. What got me into music, really a lot, to be honest. When I was 2 years old, my dad still has VHS tapes. I know I'm throwing my age out there, y'all. I'm old. Ooh, 31, y'all. My dad still has VHS tapes of me running around the house singing at 2 years old. I was singing like Britney Spears, Oops, I Did It Again, or either Michael Jackson. When I tell you guys, Michael Jackson is literally my inspiration for music in general. Like, I've loved Michael all my life. Like, when he passed away in 2009, y'all, people were calling me saying, Iesha, your husband died. I'm so sorry. Like, I was crying my eyes out. I was 14 years old, but you cannot tell me that was not my husband. My life ended that day. I swear. It was literally like my inspiration for music. I love that man, his talent, his creativity, his thought process, just everything he put into it is what inspired me to do music. I used to sing on the choir too. At my church, I went to Rock Hill Baptist Church. I used to sing on their choir, and then from there, I feel like a lot of R&B artists definitely started on the choir for sure. And then from there, I taught myself to play piano when I was 7. I told my dad when I was 7, I said, if you buy me a keyboard for my birthday, I promise you I'll learn it. He was like, well, I'm not going to get you piano lessons now, Iesha. And I said, well, I'm going to teach myself. And I'm 7 years old, and I sat at that computer, and that keyboard, and I taught myself how to play. So I started playing when I was 7. And once I hit 6th grade, I learned how to read music because I put myself in band. I started playing the clarinet. So I played the clarinet all through middle school. In 8th grade, I went ahead and started doing marching band. So I marched the clarinet and the bass clarinet. as well. Marched all the way through my junior year of high school before I started working. So pretty much like music has been a part of my life pretty much all my life. Even when I did plays in high school as well, where it would be like musicals and things where we'd have singing in it as well. So it's just always been my thing. And I remember I wrote my first song when I was 12. It was actually a gospel song. And I remember I wrote and I sung it for my mom. And she was just like, this sounds so cute. And, back then, of course I'm 12. So to me, I just thought I did like the biggest hit record on the block.
Yeah.
I said, Mom, I'm going to be famous. And my mom was like, well, I don't know about yet. You probably got a long way to go with this song, but it sounds good
Right.
though. It's real cute. But in my heart, I knew that's what I've always wanted to do. And, I made it a point in my life, like once I'm ready, I'm gonna do this thing. And in 2018, I'll never forget, well, really 2017, I went ahead, bought all my studio equipment, and I sat down at my MacBook and I said, I'm going to learn how to do this. I'm going to learn how to record myself, make my own music. And sure enough, 2018, I dropped my first single, And, I did a few cover songs before that, but my first original song I dropped in 2018. And I've been cooking ever since. So, been on
So
the
my
way.
question is,
Now, I had some things that happened in between.
okay.
I'll say that again,
So my
Adrian.
question is, what advice would you give indie artists that's starting out that wants to do the same thing that you're doing, but might not be patient with the process?
Listen, my true and honest advice to all indie artists out there is remain consistent. Remain consistent and try your best to not let life get in the way, because that is the one thing that can stop you is yourself. If you get in your own way, nobody can help you get there but you, because your supporters are what push you. So if you're not doing what you need to do, it's not going to happen. I'm a strong believer in, people say they follow their dreams. I'm a believer that I lead my dreams. So you have to stay ahead of that. If you want to achieve it, then you have to believe you can do it. So my honest advice is remain consistent and keep that thought process that you can do it, because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. You know, you may not your first 3 or 4 singles, it may not hit, but who knows, that fifth one might be it. You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm still on my journey, look, I'm trying to be up there, like
Yeah.
I'm getting there. But, at the end of the day, I was right there where you guys are at one point, where I was dropping my first song, nervous of what people were going to think. And I had to shake that. That's another thing too that I wanted to say. Like, as an artist, as a musician, no matter what you do in the artistic field, like entertainment industry, you cannot care what other people think. If you believe it's good, then others are going to believe it's good. There's
Right.
going to be somebody out there that's going to say something, but at the end of the day, ignore that. Because me personally, I love, don't get me wrong, I love my fans. I appreciate every single one. I love that you guys listen to my music, but I will be honest, I honestly make music for me and my kids to listen to. I know that sounds crazy, but if I can play one of my new songs in the car and jam out to, actually my new song I'm about to drop, I already have it as my ringtone on my phone, and I haven't even put it in distribution yet.
All
I
right.
literally make music because I want to listen to it, and as an artist, I feel like that's what it's got to be. If you love it, someone else is going to love it. So you can't care about what anyone else thinks or what they're going to say. Drop it. Who cares? Do it. Then that's my advice.
All right.
Just,
And I like that because a lot of artists need to hear that, because a lot of them get frustrated when they send music. They expect it to be put in one day.
yep.
So
Hmm.
I tell them you got to be patient with the process.
Yep, you sure do. And network. Make sure you network. Listen, I know so many artists out here that will drop a song and expect it to blow up and nothing happens, and then they get discouraged. You have to network and you have to promote yourself. That is one of the biggest things. It's not all like, that's one thing everyone needs to understand too. It's not about dropping music. You as an artist, you are your own business. And as a business, you got to promote yourself. You got to put yourself out there. So you got to constantly be reaching out to people. You need to make sure you're networked with people, because as an indie artist, we don't have those big teams. We don't have the promoter and the management and then your booking agent booking you tours and shows. We don't have that. We do it all ourselves. So like, as an indie artist, you have to make sure that you're constantly on it. You have to make sure that you're like, y'all don't understand. I wake up in the morning and I go to bed at night promoting myself. The first thing I do when I wake up, I'm making posts. I'm going to bed, I'm making posts. Like it's a constant thing, but that's what's going to help you get there is remaining consistent. So that was my other thing.
All right. So I guess my thing listening to Roller Coaster gives you that 90s R&B feel. Where did you get the inspiration for the song?
So honestly, I will be like 90s R&B and early 2000s, like is my favorite genre of R&B. Like I love 90s R&B. I can listen to it all day. And truth be told, like that is really my inspiration for my whole musical style is 90s R&B. I love artists like Bruno Mars. I love Ariana Grande. Of course, I love Aaliyah. I love Janet Jackson, Sierra, Kalani, well, Kaylani, got a Southern accent, but but I love all of these artists. They all definitely contribute to my style, the type of music that I make. I just feel like with me with Roller Coaster, once I heard that beat, it really just kind of came to me. I'm one of those writers where if I hear a beat and words just kind of flow into my mind. I can't really, it's so hard to explain it. I'm not the type to just sit down and say, does this word rhyme with this word? It just kind of comes to me. And then once in my head, I get a flow for the song. I just go with it and I just start writing. So I don't know. Roller Coaster just kind of came to me and I was listening to the beat and I was like, let me ride your roller coaster. And I said, oh, okay, this is fire. And I'm one of those artists that loves to stack vocals in the background. Hence, Michael Jackson is, of course, like my inspiration for music, and he is the king of stacking vocals. So, you hear his song, he's got his beatbox in the background, and he's got a high note here, you got a low note here, and he's got all this in the background. So, a lot of my music, I have a lot of stacked vocals in the background, and a lot of that definitely stems from listening to Michael Jackson. I just think that's such an incredible style of music. So that's kind of where that inspiration came from, just a mix of just the 90s vibe. And that's where a lot of my vibes for my music, even my new song that's coming out soon, and will also kind of give you that vibe too, but it's fire. You guys will really like it.
So what's the title of your new song and what's the inspiration for that?
Yeah, so my new song is going to be called TYPE, so type. But I'm going to spell it a little different. It's going to be T.Y.P.E because I wanted it to be different because I'm different. So the inspiration for TYPE, honestly, it really just kind of came from, I know it sounds crazy, but I love everybody. I really do. I'm a huge lover of life. And, the song is about, like my type. And it's about like beautiful people, truthfully, beautiful people in general. Don't matter your race, you're beautiful. That's basically what the song is about, and it's going to have a really cool music video too. I'm actually about to start shooting that hopefully next week. I just talked to my videographer, so we're going to try to get that started next week. But this is going to be a really fun song. It's very, very catchy. It's very, very catchy. So just like kind of like Roller Coaster had that catchy feel, you guys are going to listen to this and be like, man, I don't let a few of my close best friends listen to it, and they've already got it in rotation. And I'm telling them, I'm like, it's not even in distribution yet. Just don't let nobody listen to it, just between us. But yes, it is a very fun song. My inspiration for, like I said, really is just, just talking about beautiful people and my type. So it's gonna be interesting. I know you guys are gonna like it. I already do. Like I said, I already have it as my ringtone on my phone. So
I like that. So when you get that in distribution, make sure to send that to me. So I can push that on my station.
I definitely will. I'll get it sent to you too. Hopefully we'll get to do this again before I drop it.
Of
And we
course.
can kind of talk a little bit more about it and play it on here first. That'd be cool.
All right. So what emotions do you hope your listeners feel when they hear your music?
The emotions that I want my listeners to feel is, I write based on how I feel. Like honestly, every song that I have is based on 99% of usually a true story of what's happened in my life, or it's based on what I'm thinking about and how I feel in that moment when I write it, especially some more of my serious music. So these first three songs that I released, like Slide, Roller Coaster, and TYPE. Those three songs are more of like my upbeat, just fun songs talking about like, meeting someone, or a sensual song, or TYPE is a little sensual, but it's definitely got like that fun, upbeat vibe as well. A song that I'm going to release after that, I'm still in between two specifically, but they're going to be more of like a slower vibe. But I'm going to be really talking about like my life and stuff. And a lot of my songs, especially the songs that I'm saving for my album. Yes, I'm working on an album, so I'm kind of leaking that early. So with that, a lot of my songs is going to be on my album. They are based on my life, and and I'm one of those people. I talk about how I feel. So for the ones that it touches or they feel it, I'm glad that it does, because it touches me, and I feel and I felt when I wrote it. There's some songs that I've written that I've cried while I was writing. So I really want my listeners and my fans to understand that I write music based on my life and how I feel. And no, I don't no we cast no judgment over here,
Right.
So, I want them to know. And I've even told my mom this. I'm like, what I go through in life, somebody else may be going through, or maybe even worse, and I feel like when my listeners hear my music, they're going to really be like, you know what, like I needed to hear this today. Like this is a song I needed to listen to. So, I can't wait. Like I said, when tell you guys I have a lot of songs in the chamber, my goal is to keep trying to drop every 2 to 3 months. That's really my goal. Just to, not just keep the spark and the flame going, but because I just have so much I want to get out and so much I want to say. So, I just feel like my music is going to be what's going to touch a lot of people for sure.
Okay.
So.
And by you saying that, how important is it for you to be vulnerable with your artists? Because a lot of people are not. They just put out music, but for somebody to actually get in touch with their music, to let people hear what they've been through, to inspire somebody else. So, what do you feel about that?
I mean, honestly, I feel like it's so important to be vulnerable in your music. Like, you know, music today, don't get me wrong, there's so many great artists out there. Like I know I named a few earlier. Like there's so many great artists out there. But I feel like nowadays so many people want to be like somebody else. They want their music to sound like someone else's music. And they base their style off of someone else and things like that. Inspiration comes from a lot of things, but I feel like so many people talk about the same things in their music, money, sex, drugs. I personally feel like, especially in the hip hop industry, a lot of, in the female hip hop industry, like I feel like a lot of female hip hop artists, nowadays, that's kind of what's catching in their fan base.
Right.
So for me, I want it to be vulnerable. I feel like that's why people are drawn to me, because I am so real. I'm very genuine with my fans. I let them have peeks into my life. Even when I get on my kids' TikTok pages, I'm literally on there in a nightgown and a bonnet. So I mean, I feel like that's so important. I want my fans to know, like, I'm a regular person just like you guys. I just love making music. And like I said earlier, I want my music to come across to my fans. I want them to feel it, not just listen to it. I want them to feel it. And I feel like that's what 90s R&B used to bring, that emotion. You hear 90s R&B, and whether you about to make love in the bedroom or you about to go cry your eyes out, you felt that emotion from that artist. And I feel like that's a lot of what's missing nowadays. And that's what I'm trying to bring back, into R&B. And I feel like that's what's setting me aside right now from a lot of artists that's out there, is because I am different and I'm making different style of music right now.
All right. And I want, like I tell a lot of artists, just keep that going. Just keep being yourself. Don't worry about what other people think about your music, as long as you like it. And that's all that matters. If it's played on in rotation, other people are feeling the music. So it's pretty much just keep doing what you're doing. Don't worry about what everybody else says or does. Just keep doing your thing, and you're gonna prosper in there.
Facts. Being genuine goes such a long way. It goes such a long way because there's so many people that aren't. And when you stay true to yourself, other people see it too. And that's what a trendsetter is. Someone that is genuine and creates their own trend. That's what makes other people want to be like you. That's what motivates them. So, be that leader, be that trendsetter, and be always. I'm Iesha Vibez, but I'm also just Iesha, and my fans know that too. Like, I'm me, and I'm always going to be me. People that have known me all my life can honestly say I've always been the same person. I've never switched up. I've never changed. Like, the music still hasn't even changed me regardless, because I always tell myself no matter what happens with my music in the future, I'm always going to be me. And I know my fans believe that too, and I want them to know that I'll never change. I'm always going to be me. You always going to still see me on TikTok in my gown and my bonnet, just chilling and talking to you guys. It's never going to change. So, and I feel like that's what's going to take me really far, is just being me.
So I like that. So by you having kids and all, what do you want to show your kids through your music and your career going down the road?
Oh man, that's such a beautiful question, because they're the reason I'm doing this. They are the reason that gave me the motivation to start back doing what I love. I went through like a hiatus where from 2020 up until 2026, where I was still in the studio recording music, but I wasn't dropping. And this was before I had my son in 2022. And I was married, and I went through a bad separation. I'll be honest, I came home to another woman in my house. Like I said, I'm a genuine, honest person when it comes to my life. I came home to another woman in my house, and I can't lie, it put me in a really dark place. It did. That's why I stopped dropping after Secret. But honestly, what I will say, it taught me a lot. I grew a lot as a woman on my journey. It taught me that, and I was young when I got married. I was only 22 when I got married. And so I feel like, for me in my 20s, I didn't really have that time to mentally develop. So full to my fullest potential. So when that happened and I had time to move out, get my own apartment, and start, healing my heart, of course, like that alone taught me that I was so much stronger than what I thought I was. I realized that I can depend on me. And when I had my son, my son's my best friend now. I can honestly say I love him more than this entire universe. Him and my daughter are my everything. And, I wanted to make it a point to show him and Zariah and their name's Eric and Zariah. I wanted to show them that, it is so possible to lead your dreams. You can go home and you can dream about it and talk about it and, even say you want to do that. But I wanted to show them that it's possible to make it happen. And when I see my son in his car seat, like I'll be looking in my rearview mirror at him in his car seat, and I turn on my song Roller Coaster, and he's over there singing the lyrics. He's such a smart kid. He's over there singing my lyrics. Like it literally does something to my soul, because like for me, it shows me that like not only am I doing something right, I'm showing my son and my daughter, especially I know when she gets a little older and she fully understands what's happening, like, you know, do it. Whatever you want to do it. And I asked my son, actually, it's funny you say that. I asked my son, like, Saturday, I said, do you want to be a singer like mommy one day? And he looked at me, he said, yeah. And that makes me so happy, because I know deep down, if that's really what he wants to do, I'm going to support him 100% on his journey, because I know that, and even if he decides not to, whether he wants to play basketball like his godmommy, she's a professional basketball player as well. She used to play overseas, and whatever he wants to do in his life, I know deep down on the inside that I want to make sure he knows he can reach those goals. And that's why I'm pushing myself so hard, because, as a mother of two, and everything that I've been through, I want to show my kids it's possible. Like I want to break that generational curse of, believing. Because, in South Carolina, I can be honest, we don't have many artists that have made it. Like we did just get Trap Dickie that made it, which is great. I'm so proud of him. He's one of the first rappers in a long time that came out of South Carolina that's actually made it. And I want to be the first R&B woman to make it out of South Carolina, and I truly believe it's going to happen. It's already happening, So, I mean, I feel like at this point, it's me just showing my kids it's possible. I want them to know that. So when they turn 18, 19, and they're telling me, Mom, like, I want to do what you do, I want to show them the way, but I got to know the way first, So,
With all that being said, how do you use the healing and grief process through your music?
So I use my healing and grieving process for pretty much like everything in my music. That's why I had said too, like my music, I write about exactly how I feel. I write about exactly what's on my mind or situations I've been through. I have a song called Last Chance. I never dropped it, but I think I'm gonna put it on the album because I wrote this song like really right after all that happened. And I still listen to that song and I cry because it's so beautiful. The beginning of the song actually goes, 5 years gone by, can you tell me why you're choosing to leave? And, you know, that song speaks to me because I thought that at the time that I was happy in the marriage, but I didn't stop to think about, you know, people cheat for different reasons, but I feel like a lot of the reason why people cheat, which is, of course, I don't condone cheating by no means, but obviously there's something inside that they're not happy with. And that's something that they need to deal with, and I had to tell myself that it wasn't my fault. I had to tell myself that, I went through a phase where is there something wrong with me? Like, was it me? Did I do something? Like, why did he feel the need to leave and find somebody else, And I had to tell myself that it's not me, it's something within him. And I feel like, within my music in general, like, you know, I got to get those things out. That's really how I get out what I'm thinking about. Cause sometimes it's so hard to put in words and talk to people, about how you feel. Cause some people can be judgmental and things, but when I write my music, it's just me and my lyrics, and I can put exactly how I feel. I have another song that I've been working on that. Yeah, I'm definitely going to put it out as a single. It's called I'm So Sorry. It's a beautiful song. I cannot wait to put that one out. And that song right there, it's like, I'm sorry for the pain. I'm sorry for the rain. I'm sorry for the reason you left, and, that song right there is more so of just me, just apologizing for not just that relationship, but just any relationship I've had, like just whether that's best friends or just a relationship that I've been in. Like, it's just, I'm sorry that we weren't able to keep and mend our connection, and it's just a song of me just feeling like I needed to apologize to anyone in my life that I've ever hurt. I'm sorry that I didn't see the pain that you were going through. I'm naturally a really happy-go-lucky person. I am a Pisces, so I'm just always kind of in my own little world sometimes, and sometimes I do forget to stop and think about that what other people are going through. And of course, people do come to me for advice and talk to me and things about their life and stuff. But sometimes, I have to stop and realize, like, just because maybe I'm in a dark place right now, but I got to stop to think maybe they are too, and I wrote a song that basically apologizes to anybody in my life that maybe I didn't notice that you were hurting, or I'm sorry I wasn't there for you as much as I could have been, and I hope you take this as my apology. Like, that's what the song is about, and it's a very beautiful song. I really can't wait to put that one out. So when I do, of course, I'll definitely send that one to you too. But that's just how I feel. Like I said, all my music I write based on how I feel. Which I know we'll probably talk about this soon in the conversation, but back in December of this year, I was diagnosed with a chronic heart condition. And I've really had it since November 2024, but they just wasn't sure what was causing it. It's called reoccurring idiopathic pericarditis. I know that's a long term. Yes. but it's where like fluid builds up around my heart randomly, but they're not sure where it's coming from, which is why they call it idiopathic. And they've tested me for rheumatoid arthritis. I've been tested for lupus. It keeps coming back negative. And unfortunately, I am one of those people that is in the hospital very regularly. It could be every 2 weeks. It could be every other week, and I'm always getting admitted. So like, I was even in the hospital a lot when I was pregnant with my daughter. So it's just been an ongoing process, just them trying to figure out what's actually causing this fluid around my heart. But in saying that, you know, I use that too as fuel as well. I was actually supposed to be in a festival back in June for Joint Works Entertainment. I was supposed to be a part of their festival, and I actually ended up being in the hospital. Like, actually, it was July the 4th. I actually ended up being in the hospital that same weekend I was supposed to go. And I honestly got really discouraged. I got upset, and I was like, you know what? I keep saying I want to get out here and perform, and I'm always in the hospital. And I started getting so mad at myself and crying and saying, how am I going to be this big artist, but I can't even stay out the hospital. But I had to sit back and I had to think. I'm like, you know what? Everybody goes through things. And I'm like, this is just my battle right now. And I told myself, you know what? I'm not going to let that discourage me. I'm not going to let that stop me, because I know in my heart I'm meant for this. I'm built for this. And I have to, that's what I have to tell myself. I feel like, when I listen to my music and I hear people playing it, or I have people walk up to me and say, "Hey, I heard your song," or my mom listens to your music or whatever. Like, it makes me feel so good. And it lets me know, like, despite my heart condition and everything I'm going through, of what people don't always see, I'm like, I can do this. So I always put my heart and my soul in my music, and I can honestly say that to my fans. Like, I work so hard at this. I really, really do.
Yeah. So like even with me, I was born younger when I was a baby. I had meningitis. They told me I wasn't supposed to live
Wow.
past midnight. So they said I was supposed to be pretty much confined to a wheelchair,
Mm.
never be able to walk, never have hand and eye coordination. Um, and I'm a drummer, which is crazy, but I'm a drummer. I think for the opportunity, because I wasn't supposed to have it. Even now, you get discouraged with how things go. But like I say, just keep going. Your what you're going through is going to be used as a testimony for somebody else. So sometimes you don't just go through it for yourself. You go through it for other people.
That's a fact. That is such a fact, and that's so true. And you're a walking testimony yourself, Adrian. That was a beautiful story, and I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad I'm getting the opportunity to talk to you. Like that, that alone inspires me. Like, look,
Yeah,
you just inspired me. Like there is light at the end of the tunnel, especially when you keep pushing and keep trying and don't give up. Because I promised myself, after that hiatus I had from that dark place I was in back, I said, from 2020 and 2026, like, I promised myself nothing's holding me back ever again. After I dropped Slide on my birthday of March 1st, I told myself nothing in this world will ever stop me again. Whether someone comes and goes out my life, or whether my heart condition gets worse, I don't care. Nothing is going to stop me, because I truly believe that I'm meant for this. I'm meant to tell my story. So
so the song, speaking of that, the song's passed 80,000 streams, and the
yes.
video gained over 64,000 views in just a couple of months. Did you expect that kind of response from the song?
Oh my gosh. I can't even lie to you, Adrian. Still very shocked myself. Like, listen, when I drop Slide, I was excited about it. I won't lie, because I knew it was a fun song. But like, for it to pick up traction like it did so fast, I mean, it's wild. It's, to me, it's so beautiful to know that there's so many people out there that's like really supporting me on my journey right now.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, and it really touches me in my soul. Like, it does. I just in general, like, between, and like the love I'm getting on Roller Coaster right now, it's only been out since July the 3rd, and it's already got like over like 40,000 streams already. It's crazy to me, like I feel, I mean, but it also shows me that I'm doing something right. I'm making the right connections. I'm reaching my fans. I'm getting across to them. Like it shows me that I'm doing the right things. And, I'm still learning in this industry. I feel like every artist learns something new every day in this industry. And, I just honestly, it's such a proud moment. Like my YouTube channel just hit over 100,000 streams, I think like, what was it, like 3 weeks ago or so? And, you know, I started crying. I did. I won't lie. I started crying because I'm an emotional person, y'all. But I'm just so proud of myself. Like I feel like sometimes we forget to give ourselves a pat on the back, and
Right.
we really have to, because there's so many other people that want to be doing what I'm doing just right now, like, but I'm trying to get there where the next person's at, once they hit their 500,000 to their million streams, so I feel like, just, but we got to celebrate our small wins, and for me, this is something I never imagined to be happening for me, which I knew I was going to be a singer, but to be growing as fast as I am in such a short amount of time is truly a blessing. It is. It's truly a blessing. And I'm so grateful for it. I really am.
So, do you have any like collaborations that dream collaborations you would like to work with?
Actually, yes. There are some collaborations I would love to work with. So there's actually a song that I wrote. It's called Carolina Sing. And actually, I would love to have Trap Dickie rap on it. And I've been trying to reach him. I need to see if I can get my label to reach out to him.
Yes.
I just really feel it's really like an anthem for the Carolinas, like South Carolina and North Carolina. I feel
Right.
like we haven't had a good anthem in a long time. And it's basically about like the Carolinas stand up. Like, we have so many good artists here. Like, let's stand up. Let's let them hear our voice. Let's let them know we here. Like, I don't want to just take me. Like, I want all of these other singers and rappers out here to make it. Like, I want like Atlanta, Charlotte. Like Charlotte has the baby and J. Cole, and of course, Atlanta has so many. Like, like. But there's so many of us here in South Carolina too. I feel like we're just stuck like right in the middle. And, and I feel like we're just so overlooked sometimes. And like I want the world to know that we are here and we got a voice and we got good music. Like we are kicking down here in the Carolinas, So, that's why I'm so determined to put South Carolina on the map in the R&B scene. Like we got Trap Dickie in the rap scene now, so I'm trying to bring us out here in the R&B scene. I want the world to know that we're out here too.
Right.
So I love to work with Trap Dickie. Of course, I would love to work with Kaylani. I love her to death. I would think we would make a fire R&B song together.
Yeah.
Sure. Definitely would love to work with her one day. Bruno Mars, I love him to death. I would love to if I make a song with Bruno, I might die.
Yeah.
That's like my dream. So Bruno, if you hear this one day, just know I would love to make a song with you. It would be everything. So there's so many good R&B artists. Like I said, Chris Brown, love to make a song with him too. He's just so talented in general.
Yeah.
Love to make a song with him. And, and just some other female R&B artists like her. I love to make a song with her too. you know, SZA, I'd love to make a song with her. So there's just a lot of good artists out there I would love to make a song with. I do have a collaboration with the artist named Carday out here. And we made a song called Need It. We made it in the studio and down here in Greenville.
Okay.
But he's going to put it on his album. So we're kind of waiting on that to drop, but it's a very fire song. It's a beautiful song. So that's really like at the moment my only collaboration I've done. All my other songs right now are just singles with just me, but that one with Carolina Sing, I would like to have a South Carolina rapper. So if you guys are out there listening, send me some of your stuff now. I'm looking for somebody. So if I can't get Trap Dickie, y'all already know. Y'all
All right.
send me some stuff.
All right, y'all hear it now. We live. So if you out there in South Carolina, Greenville, Spartanburg, Charlotte,
Yep.
in the A, Georgia, wherever, Clemson, hit her
Yep.
up.
Hit me up. I'm looking for a rapper for it down in the South. We try to make it happen now. So
All right, so besides the music, what legacy do you hope to leave behind?
So besides the music, I honestly I want to just leave behind a legacy of showing of me. Like I guess the best way I can explain that is I want to leave a mark on this world. Like, you know how Michael Jackson was? Like, there was people back then that didn't even have TVs that knew who Michael Jackson was. You know what I'm saying? Like, Africa and these little small islands that, Michael could show up, they would still know who he was. It was and that's what I was actually, it's funny you say that. I was just talking to my mom about that, like maybe not even 2 hours ago. Like Michael really left like a mark because of his aura and who he was as a person, like his, how he was able to help so many children and his dedication to so many charities and things of that nature. Like I want to leave my mark on the world of letting people know that I really care. Like I'm truly a genuine person. Like I want to help as many as I can. I want to like my personal, I think my personal reason for life. Like, people always say, I wonder what I'm here for on this earth. I feel like I'm personally here for to spread love. I'm here to spread love, and I'm here to spread that connection with others. I feel like people, so many people out here feel so alone and feel like they have no one. And, I want them to know that you're not, there are people like me out there that will help you and be there for you and be a friend, like I just want to be that person, I can't say I'll ever be Michael Jackson level, have people passing out over me now. Michael was on a completely another level, but I do know that I want to leave a mark on this world where even after I'm gone, they'll be like, man, Iesha Vibez, yes, she's a great artist, but as a person, she was incredible. And that's the mark I want to leave.
Okay. So I'm gonna throw some rapid fires at you.
Okay.
So favorite 90s R&B artist?
Favorite 90s R&B artist? Okay, I'm gonna say Aaliyah.
Okay. Favorite album?
Favorite album? Oh, from the 90s?
Just any album.
Oh, any album. Okay. Oh, Bruno Mars 24 Karat Magic album. Love it. Every song on there. Love it.
Okay. Favorite food?
Favorite foods? Oh, spaghetti. Love spaghetti. Eat it every day.
Favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Studio or stage to perform?
Oh, studio or stage? Definitely the stage. Love it.
Dream venue?
You said say that one more time?
Dream venue?
Green venue?
Dream venue?
Oh, dream venue. I'm so sorry. That went over my head. Lord have mercy. I can't
No
hear.
problem.
Oh my God. Dream venue. Honestly, I would say probably somewhere like in New York, some big stadium in New York. Just, I don't know. I want to pack out something with at least 50,000 fans or something crazy.
Okay. Favorite self-care activity?
Favorite self-care. I love pedicures. I can get one every week.
Biggest motivation?
Biggest motivation, my kids.
All right. Song you're most proud of?
Song I'm most proud of as of right now, Roller Coaster.
All right. And one word that describe you?
Genuine.
All right. Okay, cool. So I'm going to let you have the floor to do your shout out. Let your fans know where they can look for you on social media. And if you got any upcoming shows coming up, to let them know.
Yes. So, of course, my name is Iesha Vibez. That is IESHA VIBEZ. You can find me on all social platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, wherever. Also, music on all platforms as well. That is going to be Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, Tidal, whatever you listen to, I'm going to be on there. And like I said, same name, Iesha Vibez. And I am at the current time, I'm doing a lot of shows in the upstate. So next week, hopefully I will be in Anderson. So I will be posting that on my Facebook page, giving some updates. So if you guys want to come out there and support, I will hopefully be in Anderson this coming up week and then back in Greenville the week after. So you guys got to come see me. And other than that, yeah, I just want you guys to know I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for all the support that you guys give me. It means the entire world to me. You guys are the reason I do what I do. You know, you guys give me the motivation to keep going. As long as Yeah, I don't care if I ever just have one fan. As long as you guys are listening, I'm going to keep creating. So, keep supporting. Your support means everything. Shout out to my mom. I love you so much. Thank you so much for all that you do for me. Thank you so much for all the support. You were the first one to tell me, baby girl, you can do it. And mom, that means everything. So that I'm doing it for you and I'm doing it for my kiddos. So, and of course, to my two best friends, Lex, Kristen, I love you both so much. Thank you so much for always supporting me as well. Lex, best god mommy on the planet. Thank you for always being there for my kiddos. It means everything to me. So love you guys so much. And in general, I appreciate all of you guys that stayed to watch this tonight. Thank you so much. It means everything. I appreciate you guys all for taking time out your night and watching. And Adrian, thank you for giving me the opportunity to come on and talk to you tonight. I really appreciate you. And we definitely have to run this back soon. So,
All right, bet. So I appreciate you for joining us tonight for Lyrical Lux FM. Your story is.
hope I didn't lose you. Adrian, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
To make sure I didn't lose you. Is all.
Oh no, you didn't lose me. I'm still here.
To break my table, y'all. Did you hear this?
We
But
just want to thank you.
regardless, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much.
All right.
I hope you can still hear me though, Adrian. But that was the end of my shout outs. I appreciate
All right. Do you hear me?
it. I love you, homie. I do. Love you so much.
Okay. I appreciate it.
But bye, you guys. I hope you guys have a good night. Adrian, I don't know if you can hear me, but I will message you, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I figure he can't hear me, so I'm probably just gonna go ahead and hop off. But bye, Adrian.
Bye-bye.
I'll message you, okay? I'll message you.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right. Good night, you guys. Thank you. Thank you.